Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you guys? My name is Abdullah Bogari, and today, inshallah, I'm going to present to you a kind of disease. You're going to ask me a question. Inshallah? Okay. You're going to ask me a question, what is this disease? I'm going to simply define it by a really, you all know this disease. And also, a lot of people in our society have it. So, can you guess about this small definition? What is this disease? Anyone? Just guess, okay? Diabetes. Okay, diabetes. Okay. Diabetes. Now, my presentation is going to be separated into 5 parts. The first part is definition, second part is symptoms, and the third part is types, effects, and lastly tests. I'm going to start off by definition. Okay, what is diabetes? Diabetes is a long-lasting health condition that affects how your body reacts with, or not reacts, turns food into energy. We all know that when we studied in biochemistry, how your pancreas produces insulin, so it can turns or take the sugar into your cells for energy. Symptoms. I brought to you here 3 symptoms. Can you tell me what symptoms does diabetes people have?
Maybe second to one.
No, symptom. Do you know what the symptoms mean? Symptoms.
They go to the bathroom repeatedly.
Yes. Okay. Nice. Symptoms. Symptoms is عرض. Okay, in Arabic, عرض. So, do you know any symptoms other than peeing a lot?
Problems with eyesight.
Yes, problem with eyesight. Really good point. Okay.
You might feel dizzy.
Dizzy. Okay, nice. Okay, I brought to you here 3 symptoms. The first one is peeing a lot, like he said. The second one is very hungry. Diabetes people always feel hungry, or not always, but sometimes when they want sugar, they feel hungry. And the third thing is very thirsty, other than hungry. Okay. Now we're going to talk about types. I'm going to ask you a question. Do you know what types of diabetes or types of diabetes?
Pregnancy.
Really good point. Pregnancy, diabetes. Okay. Okay. There are mainly 2 types of diabetes, type 1 and type 2. As you can see here, there are 4 types, but the 2 types, which is pre-diabetes and gestational diabetes, which are pregnancy diabetes. Pre-diabetes, you can say, or you can define it as, it's the stage before diabetes, and you can say that your body does not produce enough insulin to the body. And for a long period of time, if you did not lose your weight or change your lifestyle, how you eat food, you have diabetes, or end up having diabetes. The second one is type 1. Type 1 normally comes in a genetic way. And it's really rare to see someone with type 1 because the pancreas does not produce any insulin, or very low insulin. So how do we fix this? How do people with type 1 fix this? Mumtaz. Great. As you can see here, I brought this, if you want to see it. This is a needles filled with, it's not filled now, but it will be filled with what? Insulin. Right. Here's a needle. As you can see here, a needle. You just plug it in here, inject it after you eat. And you can put anything in here. Okay. And the second type is type 2. Type 2 not about 90% of people have type 2. You can define type 2 as your pancreas produces insulin, but the insulin cannot take the sugar into into the cells. I'm gonna give you an example. You know your brother, your little brother, mashallah, he moves a lot and breaks stuff. So you want to put him in his room. You have the key to the room, which is insulin, and your little brother is sugar. When you go to the door and you try to open it, and the key does not open the door, this is what happens in our body. The insulin cannot open the door, which is the cell, to get your little brother, which is sugar, into his room or the cell, so he can produce energy. How do you fix this? There's a lot of pills that people with type 2 take. As you can see here, this is one of them. And the final type, as he said, is gestational diabetes. It's normally type 2. It's basically type 2, but it comes with pregnancy. Women, of course. And women normally can have it for a long period of time until they die or until they fix it, and for a short period of time until they give birth. Effects. Diabetes can affect a lot of organs in our body, like eye diseases. It can end up blind, heart diseases, and kidney diseases, and nerve damage, and feet damage. Your feet might end up getting. And here's the quick questions. The first, as you can see, 90% and 10%. Can you simply tell me what is the 9%, which type is 90%, and what type is 10%? Okay.
Type 2 is a 90%, and type 1 is a 10%.
That's right. You can see here. And here's the doctor trying to tell us try to tell diabetes people what to eat and what to avoid. Can you give me 3 meals to enjoy and 3 meals to avoid? 3 meals that diabetes people cannot eat or eat in a little amount. Donuts have a lot of sugar. صح. Rice? Rice, okay, they can enjoy rice. Candy is a lot of sugar, صح. Vegetables, very good for vitamins. That's a problem, it has a lot of sugar. Okay, I brought you 6 meals. First, they can enjoy fish, it's really good for them, and fruits and meat. They can avoid sugar and trans fats and fast food. Now there are tests. There are 4 types of tests. The first one is the fasting blood sugar. It's simply, you can find a definition by its name. Can you define it? Fasting blood sugar. It's a test. Can you define it? It's simply, you go to a doctor or you do the test when you're fasting. You fast for 8 to 12 hours, and then you do the test to see how your blood sugar is in your blood. Second one is glucose tolerance. This is simply, you go to a doctor, you'll be fasting before it, at midnight you're sleeping, and then you go to a doctor. When you go to a doctor, he measures the blood sugar. After he gives you a shot of glucose and water, and after 1 to 3 hours, he measures it again to see. The third type is random blood sugar. I brought here some example. As you can see here, this is one of the tests, which is random blood sugar. Normally, all diabetes have this type because you can use it whatever you want. After you eat, before you eat, at any time you feel dizzy, you can check what your blood sugar is and then find a solution. Drink water or drink sugar things. Okay, the last thing is 1AC test. This test simply is the is the average of the past 2 to 3 months of measuring in specific times. You do like a graph and you see. Okay, this is for all knowledge. And what type? First, diabetes. As you can see, A1C test. If it's if it's 6.5 or above, you have diabetes, and etc. Okay, here's a really quick exercise. So can you do this? You have 4 pictures in here. Can you arrange it from the first thing you're gonna do to the last thing you're gonna do? Okay, simply this is the first thing, the second thing, the third thing, and the fourth thing. So does anyone want to come up and try this? Any volunteers? So we can measure their blood sugar. Okay, تفضل.
What is this device called?
This random sugar test.
No, the name of this device is called. Anyone?
The name of the device?
Yeah.
I don't know actually, but it's
You will learn it once you become doctors.
okay. You want to try on me or try on you?
Try to make.
Try on. Okay. First, we bring an alcohol paper, as you can see here. There are 2. You have to wash your hands, but I'm sorry. Okay. And then you grab a new needle, as you can see here. I've put in a new needle yesterday. But not. Okay. Here are needles. You just simply plug them in here, like so, and take this off. Twist it. This and here is the needle, and just simply twist this. And here are measurements. It depends on how thick is your thumb. So, is it really thick?
Little thick.
5?
I'll put it on 3.
3. Okay. Just push this or pull it. Bismillah. Just kidding. Really thick, mashallah. Okay, and then you have this device. These are ships. Just plug it in here and put it so you can measure its level. يلا. -4 والله.
لا غلط. غير الشريحة.
Okay.
الشريحة.
-94. Can you tell me what type is this? Or is it normal glycemia or hypoglycemia or hyperglycemia? Normal glycemia. Okay, what is normal glycemia? What is hyperglycemia? What is hypoglycemia?
Hypo means low, and hyper means high blood sugar.
Okay. So when it's normal and when it's high and when it's low?
The average is between 70 to 110.
Normal glycemia.
This one is the normal.
Yes.
If it goes up, it's hypoglycemia, and if the opposite, it's hyperglycemia.
Excellent. Okay. Blood. Okay. You can sit down, thank you. لا استنى. I'm sorry. Ooh. كده.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. And that's all I have for today. I'm sorry for any problems.
Excellent. Okay, some quick words from this. Yes.
Yeah, I liked how he made a little experiment with us.
This demonstration.
Demonstration,
Yeah, that was the best part of his presentation.
I like that he's spreading awareness of this chronic illness.
Oh, very good. He's spreading awareness. Yes, what
He was very creative and that his brain brought needles.
Excellent. Yes, he brought everything with him. Excellent. And from this side, yes. You're coming for your presentation?
Yes.
Okay, this way. I need someone to, yes.
I like the needle because if he uses it repeatedly with many people, it can cause.
Yes, excellent, excellent.
So he knows what he's doing.
Very good, excellent. From my side, it was excellent. Okay.
Thank you.